Blog Talk Radio.
Following ingredients include a look behind the scenes. Cook uncovered until hot. Add grooves to taste.
I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl.
The accident was over a year ago. A second woman has been elected president. The 12th planet has been named in the solar system. The last wild polar bear has died. I slept through it all. I was here for my waking. He called it a beginning. He said it was good. I think he may have thought that anything I did was good.
Welcome to Transition Radio with your host, Angelo. A show for trans folks by trans folks, here to let your voice be heard.
Well, hello and good evening, and welcome to Transition Radio, live from the land of enchantment, Silver City, New Mexico. My name is Angelo. I am your host. I want to take a moment to thank my sponsors, breastformstore.com. They have everything you can imagine to enhance your feminizing need. And Dr. Vartan Madirosian, a facial feminization specialist based out of Jupiter, Florida. Please visit our website at www.transitionradio.net and take a look at the banners we have there, from our sponsors to our advertisers. Support them and also support Transition Radio. No small amount is too small to donate to keep the station going, to keep things on the move, and to keep bringing you great TV shows week after week, and these rampage of mine on now Monday nights, because it used to be Tuesday nights, but now because of my work schedule, I'm going to have to change things around. So I'm debating between Sunday and Monday, but I think Monday will probably be the day for the show. Anyway, please support them, Katie Leon, and all the sponsors, and show your love by purchasing books or buying product or recommending the great doctor. He does wonderful work. So, and also, if you go on the landing page, I still have Tom Moore there for his GoFundMe account. And for those of you who want me to add your GoFundMe account in the front there on the landing page of the website, please send me an email to transitionradioshow@gmail.com. Again, that's transitionradioshow@gmail.com, and let me know why is it that I should put you on the front page of the website. I'm going to leave Tom's GoFundMe account there for one more week, and then I am doing a monthly change for either an MTF or an FTM that requires help for their surgery or their travels or anything of that nature. Anyway, guys, at any time, please call in and interact with me. The number to call in is 646-716-6895. Again, that's 646-716-6895. Well, I want to start by saying thank you to all of you who have been so supportive of me for the past couple of days. It's been rough. Yet I've got some individuals, or I just finished, I'm not even going to mention her name, but just keeps badgering me with these, it's almost like a spam. Oh, you need to go see such and such, and volunteer your time and do this and stop thinking about yourself and stop feeling sorry for yourself and on and on. And the latest thing she just wrote on there is that I need to go see a psychiatrist. Listen, I won't mention your last name, but Julie. People have good days and bad days. They're life event that changes one's life and makes one feel depressed. Psychiatry does not help with depression. Neither do pills. I don't believe in stuff like that. I believe in feeling what you need to feel, owning it. That is normal. Suppressing it is not. Popping pills to not feel it, I don't believe in that. That's fine for those that do. I'm not judging. But don't you dare tell me what I should feel or what I should not feel. You're not in my shoes. Okay, and I'm not you. You say, oh, that you have mood swings. I don't have those mood swings. I have life events, things that take place that make me sad, make me happy, whatever. And that is normal. We need to stop labeling things and stop wanting a quick fix or a pill or have somebody try to fix us. It doesn't work that way, not in my book. I love to feel, whether it's feeling good or feeling bad, but it's feeling. And the day we stop feeling, we might as well die. Am I hurt? Yes, I'm hurt. My heart still hurts. You know, I ended a relationship. It's been, 2 months now, and I was probably suppressing it before, and now it's all coming out. And that is normal. And I'm sorry for those of you who don't think that's normal, but it's normal to feel, and it's normal to go back and forth on the stages of grief. Because when you end a relationship, it's like the stages of grief of someone dying. So, Julie, if you didn't know that, I'm sorry that you're, fall for all these gimmicks and all these companies that want to tell you how to feel, what to do, and how not to do it. And no, I don't believe in psychiatry. I'm sorry. Anyway, let me get to the topic in hand here today. How to find the ideal job and what is it? Well, the ideal job is something that you enjoy, getting up every morning and go engage in that. A lot of us look at the money situation and figure, okay, I'm going to go to college to be a doctor, to be this, that, and the other, based on the amount of money that you're going to make. Trust me, money isn't everything. Yes, we need it. It's important. I went to school for 6 years to become an occupational therapist. The last job I had was with a company called Genesis. I got laid off. And then it was a heaven sent in a way because I hated getting up every morning going to work. I've seen the medical system change right before my very eyes. Back in the day, in 1996, that I graduated from FIU as an occupational therapist, I loved my field. It was fun working as an occupational therapist. Now it is not. Now it's all about the paperwork, new paperwork, more regulations. We're seeing a major decline in our senior population, more and more Alzheimer's. You're treating people that shouldn't even be treated because they don't remember anything, but because insurances want money, they don't care, and it's all about bringing in the money for the corporation that you're working for. I did not go to school for all those years to be a paper pusher. I went all those years to school to help people. I'm a healer, and I enjoy healing people. But I don't enjoy healing people in constraints, in guidelines that are being given to us by these corporations that all they care about is the mighty dollar. And this is happening in every single corporation or every single field out there. It's not just the medical field. Teaching, everything is just being diluted, and it's being ruined, and there's no more human sense in anything anymore. It's all based on numbers, robotic things, corporations making sure that the stockholders are getting, their bonuses and their money. And that's what they care about, outsourcing outside of the United States so they don't have to hardly pay any money. So people are losing their jobs, they're being laid off, and they're not happy. And happiness is something that is extremely important. So if washing toilets make you happy, if cleaning makes you happy, if gardening makes you happy, then do whatever it is that makes you happy. That is the ideal job, I believe. The ideal job is doing things that you love to do. Like, for instance, I love doing the radio and TV show. I wish that this was my source of income so that I could have more shows, so that I could do a lot more things for the community and for people outside of the community. Because I believe education, self-help, is very important. I believe that we need to empower ourselves and stop feeding a system, like the psychiatry, for instance. Stop feeding a system that all they want to do is dumb us down with pills, make us into zombies. And that's not right. Because from the moment we're little, we're told how to think, how to feel, what not to do, what to do. And we need to start taking our power back and stop believing with men in white coats, with your priests, with your doctors, all these people that try to be the most authoritative voice of everything. They are not. You should know you more than anybody else. And it's okay to be sad. It's okay to have a few days where you're down and dump. But we've been taught as soon as somebody says something, oh, I'm sad. Oh, that can't be. And everybody gets all alarmed. And I appreciate, God knows I appreciate all of you and your concern. I love you all to death. You are my rock. Every single one of you that has sent me a message. And even you, Julie, I know you mean well, but it just rubs the wrong way, the way you say things. And other people have pointed that out to me. How dare you tell a person not to feel depressed? and that somebody else is worse off. Well, at the moment, we don't feel like somebody else is worse off. At the moment, we feel that our world is crumbling down, and that is okay. But anyway, thank you, everyone. I want you all to realize that, oh my God, your words mean so much to me, and it has helped me be able to get away from that danger zone. Although I don't ever think that I would end my life. I love life too much. I love my family too much. I love all the people that love me too much to ever cause that kind of pain. And not to say those that have committed suicide don't love their loved ones, because I can imagine, and I'm very close to feeling certain things, how easy, especially if you have some alcohol in your system, which was the biggest mistake I did. I had stopped drinking because I've been cleaning myself out. I used to have a cocktail or two every night just to unwind. But because I became a raw vegan again, I wanted to clean myself out. I've also stopped taking testosterone. I think that's playing a major role. My body, my hormones are acting up a little bit. I don't have any ovaries. So I'm trying to do this the natural route. So there's a lot of things taking place in me, besides the fact that I miss Jessica with all my heart and soul. But I know that we've tried it before, and it hasn't worked. And I don't know if we can make it work. I know I love her. I know she loves me. But somehow we just lose sight of that, and everything else just starts to fall apart. But anyway, let me get back in track, because I tend to ramble and I tend to go off topic. So that ideal job is a job that you are looking forward to going into first thing as you get up and head out, and you just enjoy it and you want it and you crave it, and it's not even considered work. That would be the ideal job. To me, it would be music and doing what I do with radio. And I like to heal, too. I like to be a healer, but not in the terms of the medical community. I like to be a spiritual healer. I like to be a nutritional healer and share my knowledge with those that need more knowledge. Let's talk a little bit about breathing for health and beauty. Most people shallow breathe, meaning they don't really take in all the amount of oxygen that their body requires to stay healthy. This is why a lot of people are very tired during the course of the day. A lot of people can't even breathe right at night when they're sleeping, which is actually, when we sleep at night, we go into our right way of breathing, diaphragmatically breathing, like babies breathe. But there are people who have sleep apnea, and they have problems with their septum on their nose, and they can't breathe right, so they're not breathing right at all. So diaphragmatic breathing is the right way of breathing. This is the way that singers are taught how to breathe so they could have more power and they could hold their note a lot longer. And this kind of breathing is really healthy for you. A lot of us don't even take in the full capacity of our lungs. And our lungs go all the way down to our belly button. People think the lungs are just up in the chest area. The lungs are pretty long. And in order for you to actually get good oxygen or get the right type of oxygen and the amount, you need to literally push your stomach out as you're taking a breath. Look online, diaphragmatic breathing, and it should give you step-by-step, so maybe even some videos, but I'll kind of walk you through it. If you put your hand on your stomach and you take a nice deep breath in through your nose, you want to warm that air, but as you're taking this breath in, I want you to push your stomach out. This is going to take practice because most of us do shallow breathing. We take a deep breath, or you tell somebody, hey, take a deep breath. What do? They go, and they actually bring their stomach in, so you're not allowing the full capacity of air to come in. So if you breathe in, but push your stomach out as you're breathing in, you're going to open up the lungs, and you're going to be able to get at least 95 to 100% oxygen inside of you. This takes practice, and this is a great meditative way of relaxing yourself by focusing on the right kind of breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. It is very important. It will help get rid of your wrinkles. That and drinking lots of water, which is my next topic. Are all waters created equal? Diaphragmatic breathing and proper hydration will keep your skin young, will keep all your joints lubricated, your cells happy. You will be less tired. You won't need to walk around with a Red Bull or a bunch of coffee all day, which actually messes with your adrenal glands. So in the long run, it's a false energy that you're getting from all these substances that you're taking. You eat the right kind of foods that really give your body pure, true energy, and you hydrate yourself and you take in as much oxygen as you possibly can, you're going to feel fantastic. Let's talk about water. There's distilled water, which is not the greatest for drinking. The only time I ever used distilled water was when I was bodybuilding. And the last few days that I was trying to decrease all the amount of water in my body so I would look shredded, I would actually drink distilled water. The property in distilled water, it's almost like they've taken all the minerals and stuff out of it. So it's not a water you want to drink all the time, because you want to drink either spring water or purified water. I personally drink purified water, and it's very convenient where I live here down the block, probably a block or two. There's this really nice, I can't even know what to call it, but they sell ice and they sell purified water for 25 cents a gallon. And if you want 5 gallons, $1.75. It's amazing. And the water tastes really good. It's purified, and it's got all the stuff that you need, in there. Hydration is the key. So no, not all water are created equal. And if you drink tap water, some cities have really good quality tap water. But remember, they also have chlorine and things that get into the sewer system and gets into the water system that no filter can actually filter out, like birth control pills and all sorts of medication. And plus they put fluoride in your water, and many of you are saying, well, fluoride, that's awesome. Your teeth know fluoride, is not awesome. Fluoride, not Florida, is actually very bad for you and for your pituitary gland, and it dumbs you down, and it actually makes you sick. And the United States of America is one of the only countries that actually does that to their people, because it's almost like they want to dumb us down. And I know that sounds conspiracy, and many of you don't want to hear that, but do a little homework on fluoride and see how not good it is for you, and we don't need to drink it. It does not need to be in our water. So my suggestion is either spring water or purified water, or get yourself a nice filter and put it in your drinking water, although some things just aren't filtered out, so I would not really totally trust that from the city water. Let's talk about nuts. And I'm not talking about the nuts below, but the nuts we eat. Are they healthy, and are there any special preparations? Well, many people don't realize that in order for you to actually activate the nutrients and enzymes for your body to digest the nuts that you're eating, you have to soak them. For instance, almonds should be soaked anywhere between 12 and 24 hours. Walnuts could be soaked for 4 to 5 hours. Cashew nuts, you could soak them anywhere from 4 to 8 hours. And the smaller seeds, you could probably soak for 2 hours. By soaking your nuts, you actually release these enzymes, and your body will actually be able to digest it. If you take a look at a squirrel gathers her nuts, or he gathers his nuts, and they actually bury it. And why do you think they bury this nuts? The moisture in the ground actually activates the nut. So even squirrels have it together, and they didn't go to school to learn these things. Obviously, no one really teaches us that unless you really study nutrition and really study food combination and the right things that you need to actually do to get these nutrients. And there's so many things, like, for instance, beans. People eat beans, and beans are good for you. Beans are awesome for you, but you also need to soak the beans. And I suggest to sprout the beans, because when you sprout the beans, you're actually really and truly getting a true essence. It's like an amazing amount of protein. Your body is able to digest it. That's why a lot of people fart when they have beans. It's that saying, beans, the more you eat, the more you fart, or something of that nature. Well, it's because your body can't break down the enzymes, so you have to sprout them. When you sprout the beans, you don't fart. So that's a plus right there. Plus, they're awesome tasting when you sprout the beans. I used to do a lot of mung beans. I used to sprout lentils, garbanzo beans. I love sprouted. And what else? Oh, sunflower seeds. Amazing sproutable seeds that are just loaded and packed with all sorts of information. not information, all sorts of nutrients. Why did I think of the word information? Anyway, so yes, nuts do require preparation. If you eat them the way they are, or even if you roast them, you kill them, you're no longer getting nutrients, and it's all just pretty much fat that you're storing in your fat cells. So you're transgender. Now what? There's a lot of detransitioning going on as of late. There's a lot of individuals that still don't get what being transgender is all about. I truly believe that it's not about going from one box to another box. I truly believe that it's about allowing both of your sides to be expressed. I believe the majority of people have some form of androgynous in them, of their androgyny. And we are almost like pushed, just like we're pushed to take antidepressants and to go to doctors, we are pushed to fit in one box or the other. There's no room in our society for the in-betweens. And that's bogus. That's BS. There's so many of us that are in between. They're not going to conform to being in a box. And I think this is why a lot of people are detransitioning, because they weren't really meant to transition in the first place. And it's almost like power of suggestion. You're being bullied to be one or the other instead of saying, no, hey, I'm comfortable sometimes being on this spectrum, and sometimes I'm comfortable being on the other spectrum. And that is okay. There's nothing wrong with actually being a little bit of both. And I admire, there's a lot of my Facebook friends. There's one in particular who I'm going to be interviewing in a few weeks. I just think he's the greatest thing ever. He's a trans guy, but he puts on all sorts of glittery stuff, and he's like so in touch with both his side. And I think, hey, that's amazing. More power to him. And there's nothing wrong with that. And, it's important to feel free, to be able to express how you want to express. Same thing I was talking about earlier. When people are sad, we're bullied into not being sad. Dare you be sad? You can't be sad. That's wrong. You got to be happy. And it's okay for us to experience all sorts of different feelings. If you look at the ocean, is the ocean always calm? No. Sometimes it's very rough, and the tide's up and the tide's down. That is nature. That is our natural state of being. Electricity is never in the same frequency. It goes up and down and constantly changing. We are electric beings. So sometimes we're going to be happy, and sometimes we're going to be sad. The sad thing is the medical community wants to control the moods and make everybody little productive slaves, and there you have a bad day because then you're deemed, oh, you have a mood disorder. No, you're normal. You're just, there are times where you're going to be sad. And maybe there are more times you're going to be sad and you're happy. That's, I think the peer pressure of worrying about being sad does more harm than just allowing yourself to feel your feelings. So, coming out to your friends and family, what do you do and what can you say? This is one of the hardest things, I believe. And to this day, it's been, 12 years now. My mom had a conversation with me the other day, which really struck me the wrong way. She said she did not give birth to a son, and she will never consider me her son, and she continues to, call me by my female name, and just, there are days she's more belligerent than other, and I try to be understanding, and I try to be forgiving, but, some days I just, it's like, come on, please, it's been 12 years now, it's not a phase, it's, yes, I know you pushed out what the doctor deemed as a daughter, and yes, I am your daughter, and I'll always be your daughter, but just have a little bit of truth and respect, and don't try to hurt me like that. And again, I shouldn't let it bother me, but sometimes it does. We're human. Sometimes words go right through your head and you go, oof, that means nothing. But sometimes it's like a dagger in your heart. So coming out to your friends and family can be very scary, but I believe, arm yourself with a bunch of material and education. Before you tell somebody, maybe just say, hey, watch this documentary. Tell me what you think. Right away, you're not going to have a defensive because then they're not even sure why you're sharing this with them. But if you tell them, boom, offhand like that, and they really haven't heard much about being transgender, or they have a bad image about what transgender is, or you might not get the greatest response. But if you educate and you arm the person with all sorts of material so they could understand, read, and really have a different point of view, then I believe that will make it better. But anyway, guys, don't forget that I am a certified nutrition consultant, master personal trainer, as well as a life coach and spiritual guide. Please visit the website. On the right side, there's a little area there that says fitness, and it's like you see a guy's feet running or whatever on the right side there. And that'll take you to my blog. I put articles there. I put little tidbits. My prices are there. If you have any questions, the show is the time for you to call in and ask me questions, and I will answer them questions for you. And that way other people could also hear the answer. And, that's what these radio tidbits are for. They're spiritual. They're, talking a little bit about what's happening in the world, a little bit of transgender issues, a little bit of everything, and I would love your participation. I mean, I ask week after week, and it seems that, I don't know, and that's why sometimes I get a little, discouraged, because I put time to do this for all of you, and I would love, not just on my Facebook page, but I would love for you guys to call in, even if just to say hello. Hey, Mark, thank you. Or, hey, Mark, how's your day? And whatever, just to have that interaction so we could share on this platform and just talk back. Like I wrote on today's thing, Real Talk with Mark Angelo, talk back. I would love the interaction. Anyway, this week on Thursday, and the TV shows are also going to change. The time's going to be 8 p.m., but this week, I'm going to leave it at 7 p.m. because that's what I told the guest, and I don't want to rock the boat. All the way from the Philippines, Gian Anthony Pascual, FTM, amazing guy, and his story. And I love the fact that our show is from individuals from all over the world. It's international, and that's amazing that not only are we listening to our local voices here in the United States, but also to our trans brothers and sisters from all over the world. And that to me is awesome, and I'm sure all of you enjoy that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to end the show with one of my originals, and it's called America, Where Did You Go? It's very acoustic. I wrote this way back when I called my awakening of realizing what's really going on in the world, and that we've been so lied to, and every system has been created to take away your freedom and to keep you enslaved. Anyway, love you guys. Please tune in on Thursday, but remember to always love yourselves too.
You're late for work again, been drinking with your friends, too many bills to pay. And you call this living? Your life's out of control, you have no place to go, your life is a mess. You're tired of not winning. America, where did you go? They came and stole our precious girl. They took our rights, sped up their lives. Oh, where did she go? You lost your appetite, there is no need to fight. Let's end this war right now. The children, they are grieving. So many jobs are lost, we have no place to talk. They lost our liberties, and we just keep dreaming. America, where did you go? wonder our eyes. Oh, where did she go? Let us please understand that we must finally end this crazy mess we're in. Let us unite, my brothers. One nation under God, that is the way they plot this crazy game we're in. Yet we've been misleaded. America, where did you go? They came and stole our precious girl. They took our rights, spread us the lie. Where did she go? Under God, the green dollar bill, that's the God that taught us to believe in. America, where did you go? Oh, 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 America, yes, America. They took our lives under our eyes. Unemployment lines are getting longer. We can't put food on our table. In the meantime, their pockets are getting thicker and bigger.